So the crypto markets are crashing down very significantly. Bitcoin and Ethereum have been crashing down all weekend ever since how the stock market closed on Friday and a few specific events around the US economy. On top of that, Bitcoin dominance has just broken 60%. USDT dominance is shooting up as well. And this is causing altcoins to crash down very significantly. And I want to walk you guys through these specific indicators, predictions around altcoins, and pretty much how you need to be, positioning yourself with everything that is going on. If you're new to my channel, go and check out the rest of my content. Intermediate trader documenting my journey since the beginning of 2023, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated on the day-to-day events as well as specific indicators around Bitcoin, around altcoins, so you can understand how liquidity is shifting, and overall just how to navigate the space. Overall, altcoins have been crashing down very significantly ever since the inauguration, and honestly, right now everything is looking quite crazy. We have a whole bunch of news around tariffs with Trump and Canada and Mexico and all these other different moving parts, which is causing a lot of hectic movements in the US markets and also around risk assets right now. Today I want to walk you guys around Bitcoin dominance, which is running super hard, predictions around these assets, and exactly where we could be going in the next few weeks. But other than that, guys, let's jump into it. So guys, like I said, the crypto markets have been crashing down very significantly. Bitcoin's sitting at around 95,000. If we look at the crypto markets, my portfolio, everything is down, guys, anywhere from 40% and up for the 7-day. And on the 24, everything is down quite significantly. Conducts 19, Destra 19 cents, hash 0.0005. Justin Cho guy 0.03. It's crazy, guys. It's madness in the markets right now. But right now it really differentiates the people that are going to be here during the whole bull cycle and pretty much anyone that gets squeezed out. Right now assets are looking quite down. Ethereum sitting at around 28.18, Bitcoin 96,000, 95,000 honestly, you can see right here. But the two indicators we've been keeping up with to really let us know how altcoins are going to be affected with the total 2 chart, you can see it's deviating quite significantly. But we've been keeping up with Bitcoin dominance and how Bitcoin dominance was chasing around this 60% zone, and it has finally broken it, sitting at around 61%. USDT dominance as well has been waking up and currently is on the move up to that 5% zone. We've been talking about that 5.5 to 6% zone, potentially even higher, and right now it looks like it's pretty much on track to do those movements. In terms of pretty much the price action and the sentiment around these assets, Benjamin Cohen has been talking about Bitcoin dominance and moving to that 60% zone. This is what I was anticipating before altcoins get a huge rip up, which now altcoins are getting squeezed. But pretty much he's saying, in case you're wondering, this is what 61% pretty much Bitcoin dominance looks like. And it's really crazy, guys. Altcoin markets are getting shredded, Bitcoin is getting shredded, and pretty much all other assets in the crypto markets are getting completely shredded, pretty much with the news events going around in the US markets with Trump and multiple other different things. Justin Bennett kind of talks about this because we were predicting Bitcoin crashing down to these 90,000 regions, potentially even lower. So he goes on to say, I've said it for 2 weeks, and for 2 weeks people have trashed any notion that Bitcoin is going back to 91,800 and potentially lower. If the January 13th lower wick isn't enough, which you guys can see in this red arrow, pretty much based off of that liquidity and us filling that position and sweeping those lows. If the January 13th lower wick isn't enough, it's a liquidity story, not just a random wick. Look at how US stocks closed Friday and what's happening with weekend CFDs showing a possibly significant gap down at the open. So pretty much, guys, with this specific wick, this is really pointing to the fact that we are seeing a liquidity sweep and more than likely going to be deviating down to this 91,000 region. Are we going to go down this hard? Well, pretty much based off of this price action, it's pointing to the fact that more than likely we could be getting squeezed, and exactly how, price action is comparing with Wells against retail investors, it's not looking too hot for us. So overall, based off of predictions, we've been anticipating these dips downward, which is why I said don't allocate all of your funds to the market. I still have some money to pretty much buy some more altcoins, which that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. Overall, Ilo gives his perspective on the markets based off of the news events and everything that's going on. He says Trump's tariffs create a lot of uncertainty for the market, and I don't see that being resolved quickly, especially how Canada and Mexico are starting to resolve to these tariffs and multiple other different things with counter, tariffs and multiple other, different aspects. But overall, personally think crypto is showing you what is going to happen next week in the stock market. Have to adapt sometimes to a changing situation, playing more defensively now as someone that has been here since the bottom of the bear. I'm always bullish on a long-term horizon, but this market feels weak to me right now, and many alts are suddenly looking a lot worse than they were a few weeks ago. As always, No one has a crystal ball. Do what is right for you and ignore everyone else. And this is where I give you guys the perspective on, at the end of the day, what you should be doing. Mustache talks about, exactly where everything's going with the altcoin market. Altcoin sounds wild, but that would be the perfect triple bottom for total 3. Bounce or die here, which is really crazy, guys, how altcoins are starting to look. And this ties back into Alo's perspective on understanding your risk assessment and pretty much swiping everything to the side. So swiping everything to the side with everything that we just discussed right now, what should you be doing? Altcoins are crashing down very significantly, a lot lower than a lot of people anticipated. But a lot of people weren't anticipating Bitcoin dominance running back up to certain percentages. And, based off of this price action, it's understandable that altcoins are getting squeezed like crazy. But this is where you need to be allocating to positions that are going to be doing crazy numbers. These are coins that were running back in March of 2024 whenever we saw a huge run up for these assets. AI, utility, AI agents, AI infrastructure, meme coins, gaming. There's a lot of different, variables where you can start to take advantage of, but this is where you got to come to your own consensus on the market. It could get a lot worse, guys, before it gets better. And I've been anticipating these dips all the way into the end of February. That's whenever we're going to see, the FOMC injections into the market based off of, how everything is looking for the US economy. We also have more information coming out based off of, specific data points. And this is all going to have a huge effect on the markets, on risk assets, on cryptocurrency in general. So this is where you need to be positioning yourself based off of how you feel. Could we be deviating lower? Yes, we could. Should you be buying altcoins? In my opinion, you should, because a lot of these coins are down 40 to 60% from their high valuations, potentially even more. So you can make anywhere from 4 to 5 to even 10x's very significantly, very quickly. But this is not financial advice. Overall, though, I want to walk you guys through everything else again and let you guys know what I'm currently doing and what you should be doing as an altcoin investor. Right now, guys, Bitcoin is crashing down very significantly, and so is the overall crypto markets in general. If we look at my crypto portfolio, you can see that a lot of my assets are down anywhere from 40 to 50%. For the 24-hour, down 28 to 30%. And this is creating a lot of opportunity for anyone that is willing to allocate to the markets. Not financial advice, not financial advice. But Bitcoin dominance and USDT dominance are the two indicators that are really letting us know when liquidity is shifting out of altcoins. Bitcoin dominance just ran above 60%, which we have been anticipating, and now as a result, it is making everything look nasty in the markets. Benjamin Cohen talks about it, pretty much saying if you're wondering what 61% Bitcoin dominance looks like, now you know. It looks freaking disgusting. Altcoins are crashing down, Bitcoin is crashing down, Ethereum's crashing down, and it is not good. Justin Bennett talks about how we've been anticipating this for the last 2 weeks, pretty much based off of the wick that we saw back in January 13th. And pretty much based off of this, more than likely it's a liquidity story, not just a random wick, which is pointing to the fact that more than likely we're going to be deviating much lower. Now, are we going to be hitting this specific zone? I am not completely sure. More than likely we could to sweep this zone that we really need to. And based off of the well traders to retail, it is not looking too hot for us. Liquidations could still be potentially happening. ILO pretty much says, based off of the Trump tariffs, there's a lot of uncertainty in the market. Personally, crypto is showing you what's going to happen next based off of, how everything's currently going on with the crypto markets. That's how it's going to look, guys, opening up for the stock market. More than likely. Which is not going to be good for crypto assets. And, he's playing more defensively as someone that has been here ever since the bottom of the bear. And, at the end of the day, no one truly knows what's going on. So this is where you got to really, determine what you want to do and determine your risk assessment. And then from there, make your decisions. Mustache thinks that potentially we could be seeing a huge rip up if, we see this triple bottom actually play out correctly. If not, bounce. If not, we're going to die. So everything, guys, swipe to the side. I'm pretty, transparent with everything I do on this YouTube channel. I'm not like other YouTubers sharing my crypto journey and everything like this. I want to be real with y'all. Altcoins can still potentially be crashing down based off of these indicators and exactly all the FUD going around with the US markets, Mexico, Canada, all these different things that are going on, and we don't really see a resolve happening. Right now, Bitcoin dominance and USDT dominance are getting back to those points where altcoins are going to be squeezing down very significantly. Could they be crashing down more? Yes, it could be happening, but this has been anticipated, and we think more than likely moving into March whenever we see injections from the FOMC based off of how the U.S. economy is going, and after the tariff, ground war kind of comes to a stalemate, that's whenever risk assets are going to potentially have more liquidity shoved into them and are going to see a crazy rip up. We're going to see, a lot of movement, but this is where you need to be strong. This is where you need to start positioning yourself and understand that liquidity shifts. It's going to move out of altcoins, but it's going to move back. It's all a matter of time. But if you're not willing to understand these, liquidity shifts, not understand the sentiment in the markets, why things are moving the way they are, and why everyone feels the way they are, then you're gonna get left in the dust and you're not gonna know what's going on. But that's why you got someone like me. I'm gonna keep you guys updated with the day-to-day events, these specific indicators. Whenever I'm, just calling it quits, saying, hey, you need to sell when I'm planning on buying, which right now I'm planning on buying, and potentially moving forward. I think honestly at the end of February, moving into March, that's when altcoins are gonna start to get the price action that they need. But this is where everyone needs to come to their own conclusion based off of the information that is presented. If you guys are new to my channel, go and check out the rest of my content. Intermediate trader documenting my journey since the beginning of 2023, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated on the day-to-day events and specific indicators you need to focus on to understand how liquidity shifts out of Bitcoin and USDT into altcoins and vice versa, and then the sentiment in the markets and how you can position yourself to make sure that you don't get squeezed out. Right now, a lot of people are selling their bags. They don't know what's going on. They think this is the end of the market. And this is potentially, guys, the crazy moment right before the huge rip up. So you need to be positioning yourself correctly, but understand that you're jumping into altcoins and crypto. Everything is risky and more likely you could lose money. So understand that, guys, but keeping up with everything is going to really separate you from someone that just doesn't know what they're doing, investing money and then trying to sell and just losing out on everything. But new to the channel, drop me a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know your perspective on the markets. Let me know what you guys think is going to be happening for altcoins. Do you think we're going to be crashing down more? Do you think altcoins are already going to start ripping up in the next few weeks? Overall, give me your perspective. Let me know what altcoins you're buying, and let me know if you guys have any questions or suggestions on anything else. But overall, I drop daily content every day, so stay tuned and hopefully I catch you guys tomorrow. Catch you then. Peace.